Off the Cuff is supported by Patreon. Join today and become an honorary producer and get in-show credit on every episode. Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Off the Cuff. I'm Craig Mitchell. Today I'm going to start off by answering a question I get asked all the time. How do I pick the food that's on my show? There's really no big secret. Now, I'm a type 2 diabetic and I'm also in a calorie deficit right now. So I have to choose food that's low carb and lower in calorie. That's really the only guideline I have. So when I come across a recipe I really like, first I see what the carbs and calories are, and if they're too high, I see if I can convert it down to be lower. Seems pretty easy, huh? But there's also another way. I love social media. I'm always on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, and there are so many chefs, cooks, influencers that have amazing recipes. Some are high carb, some are low carb, some are high calorie, some are low calorie, but they all look delicious. Well, that's what happened this time around. Recently, I came across this influencer again. Yeah, his name is Drew. He's been on the show before. I did his recipe for a French toast casserole, only I made it low carb. This time, he's doing Salisbury steak. And I was like, ooh, Salisbury steak. But then he said this.
That literally just melted in my mouth.
Melt in your mouth? Oh, darn straight I'm gonna do that. So I took his recipe, which wasn't low carb. I made it low carb, and today I'm gonna share that recipe for Salisbury steak. But then I needed the side, and I didn't want to do mashed potatoes or mashed cauliflower again, because I do it a lot on the show. So I asked ChatGPT, and it came up with fresh green beans and garlic and butter. And voila, yes, we're gonna have Salisbury steak, low carb, and fresh green beans and garlic and butter. Yes, you know what? That kind of reminds me of something you would find at a diner. And I'm a huge fan of diners. I used to go to them all the time on Long Island. I kind of miss them until recently when I found a New York style diner right here in Los Angeles. I visited it. I did. Here, watch. So I love diners. Oh, my mom and dad used to take me diners all the time on Long Island. Nothing fancy. We'd have burger and fries, meatloaf, a whole turkey dinner, a half a chicken, and then at night, after a show or a movie, you come in, you get French fries dipped in gravy. Vintage comfort food. But today, I have my mind set on something else.
Welcome to Tom's Diner. My name is Robin with a Y. What can I get you, hon?
Wait, Tom's Diner?
That's us.
Wow. I just walked into a diner and I'm talking to my server. Her name's Robin with a Y, and now I think I'm gonna order.
So what can I get you?
The song, Tom's Diner. I kind of improvised the lyrics.
Oh, really? Who sang that?
It was sung by Suzanne Vega.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way, okay?
Oh.
Now, what would you like to get?
I'm sorry. I'm just really excited to be here.
Oh, you could have fooled me.
It's that obvious, huh?
Well, the singing was a clue. But the fact that not many people high-five the cashier when they come in, nailed it.
Well, when I was a kid, my parents used to take me to diners all the time on Long Island.
Really? I'm from the Bronx.
We're practically neighbors.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to start singing again, are you?
Oh, no.
Great. I got tables. What would you like to eat?
Well, you know, the diners on Long Island had amazing pea soup.
Pea soup?
Oh, no, I'm not going to order it.
But you just said the diners back home had amazing pea soup.
Oh, they did. It's a little too heavy for me now.
Heavy? It's soup, not a brick. 86 in the pea soup.
You know what? I have a real hankering for Salisbury steak. Do you guys have Salisbury steak?
Do you know any diner that doesn't have Salisbury steak? Salisbury. Wait. Do you want to order it, or you want I should go weigh it first?
Well, I do have a couple of questions.
Of course you do. And I have a couple of answers, but that might get me fired.
Well, what are the carbs like on that?
Oh, brother. According to state regulations, the calories are listed on the menu, sweetie.
Oh, boy.
What now?
I'm all confused.
Do you want me to come back?
It's just that I haven't been in a diner in such a long time, and everything on here looks so good. Do you have any recommendations?
I recommend you go with your gut.
Oh, is that a dessert?
No, your gut.
Oh, my God.
Your gut knows. It always knows. It always knows what you're hungry for.
Yeah. My gut tells me I'm hungry for Salisbury steak.
There you go.
But the carbs.
Well, so much for the gut.
I'm sorry. I'm a type 2 diabetic.
My husband is too. You know what? When he comes here, I make him order this.
The hamburger patty cottage cheese diet plate? He likes that?
Oh, he f***ing hates it. But he knows he goes off his diet, I'll brain him.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of braining. Oh, that's what you meant by heavy. The carbs.
Right.
It's good that you're so committed to your health. I caught my husband scarfing down a bag of potato chips the other day.
Did you brain him?
No, but he'll be walking with a limp for a couple of weeks.
Ouch. You know what? I'm gonna have the half a chicken. No stuffing. And the vegetable melody. Ya da 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 da.
Don't start.
Okay.
Half chicken and veggie mel. Oh, and I'm sorry about the Salisbury steak.
Oh, it's no problem. You know what? I'll make a low-carb version on my cooking show.
Really?
Yeah. Here are the ingredients.
Who the are you talking to?
Order up. Time for the ingredients. First off, the Salisbury steak. 1 pound of ground beef. 1/2 cup of pork panko, that's ground pork rinds. 2 tablespoons of finely ground yellow onion. 1 large egg. 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. 2 tablespoons of sugar-free ketchup. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. 1 beef bouillon cube crushed. 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. And 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That's optional. Now for the mushroom gravy. 1/4 cup diced yellow onion. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. 2 cups of sliced white mushrooms. 2 tablespoons of butter. 2 cups of beef broth. 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. A pinch of salt and pepper. And 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And for the butter garlic green beans, 1 pound of fresh green beans trimmed, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1/4 cup of slivered almonds, and salt and pepper to taste. There's our panko. This is actually 1/2 cup. Now we're going to grate this onion. Let's do it. It's already pre-peeled, so that's good. You take your onion, just mix it together. In the video, Drew used his hands. I guess I could. Very nice. All right, now once it's all combined like that, we're gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes so they can intermingle. Let's put in our 1 pound of 80/20 beef. It's kind of stiff only because it was just in the refrigerator. So let's mix that in. Now let's put in our 1 egg. Okay, let's put in the beef bouillon. Now here's the truth. I had 3 little cubes. It broke my coffee grinder. I had to do this by hand, so that's in. This is the Worcestershire sauce, garlic, 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. The ketchup, I'm using sugar-free ketchup. This is the paprika. This is the cayenne pepper because my eyes are watering. All right, now let's mix this together. And it's, you know what, to me, it seems a little wet. It should be a little drier. I think maybe it's because of the pork panko. So I'm actually going to put a little more in because you know there's a lot of oils and stuff in this. So let's put more in. That was probably like a 1/4 cup. So I put a 1/4 cup in. I want this to be drier. Well, I mean, it seems too wet. So more goes in because out of this we're going to make 5 patties. There we go, 5.6. So this is how big each patty is going to be. You can flatten it out, and I'm going to put it there. And I'll take another one. And I'm going to repeat the process for all 5. We're at medium-high heat. I put just a trace of oil in the bottom of the pan. I put our patties in here, which is great. And now we're going to sear them for 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 4.5 minutes. Oh, gotta be careful, it broke apart, so we gotta be careful with that. Okay, nice and easy. Don't want to be too violent with it. Okay, so these are fairly fragile, so I'm being careful with it. Now another 4.5 minutes. Now the instructions say to put some butter in for richness. These are fragile, so I don't want to. So I'm going to actually melt this, and then I'm going to pour it over it. Okay, now I take the melted butter, and I'm going to bathe all the patties in the butter. I think that would work out better. Okay, now I'm going to put these aside, and I'm going to make our gravy. Now, if you notice with this pan, I did not clean it, and that was intentional because I've seen people when they make sauces, they leave the remnants of whatever they're cooking behind in it, and there were some remnants of my Salisbury steak. So what I did, this is what I did. I left it in there so some of the flavor will incorporate into the onions and the rest of this gravy. I think that was a smart move. I don't know what you think, but I think it's smart. Okay, now 2 tablespoons of flour go in. Let's take our butter. This is 2 tablespoons of butter in the middle. I be smart today. And we're gonna let that, I put it in the middle, then I mix it all up. Well, that's all right. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm gonna throw in the Worcestershire sauce, the soy sauce. Let's throw in the garlic. Okay, now let's slowly pour in the 2 cups of beef broth. There we are. Well, that didn't take long. It's already starting to go. Mix it all up. And basically, as with any gravy or sauce, we're gonna let it reduce so it gets nice and thick and flavorful. I'm gonna let this come up to a simmer before we put, we have the pinch of salt and pepper. And here comes the rest, the completion of the beef broth. Now we're just gonna let this simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes till it thickens up. Okay. Now this gravy is about perfect. Now let's put our Salisbury steak into it, nice and gently. There we are. All right, our Salisbury steak is ready to go. Now we're gonna quickly make those green beans and garlic and butter. Yeah, hey, but first, yeah, it's time for food facts. Okay, first of all, Salisbury steak is not steak. It's not a cut of steak at all. It's actually a patty made of ground beef with fillers added like breadcrumbs, eggs, and seasonings all included. And it's actually very similar to Hamburg steak, which originated in Hamburg, Germany. Didn't see that coming, did you? Salisbury steak is named after Dr. James Henry Salisbury. Now, he was a physician who believed that nutrition had a huge impact on our health. He was right, but, well, you'll see. In the 19th century, Dr. Salisbury pushed the idea that most health issues could be cured with a meat-heavy diet. Yeah, especially digestive-related illnesses like dysentery. However, and this is a big however, he also believed that vegetables and starches caused disease. I have a couple of friends today who probably still believe that. He recommended a ground beef patty made with lean beef to be consumed at least 3 times a day as a cure for intestinal disorders. As a matter of fact, during the Civil War, he actually prescribed this to soldiers who, well, they were suffering from, how do I put this? Dr. Salisbury published his ideas in 1888 in the book, The Relation of Alimentation and Disease. His Salisbury steak was described as minced lean beef formed into a patty and cooked rare to medium rare with salt and pepper. Yeah, just meat, no gravy, no breadcrumbs, no joy. Basically, Dr. Salisbury's recommendations could be considered the very first fad diet. It was probably the predecessor to several diets we have today, like low carb, keto, and even carnivore, with one exception. Yeah, we said this before. He did consider fruits and vegetables to be toxic. I mean, didn't he ever, shop in the organic section? The original recipe was pretty basic. It called for 1 pound of muscle pulp of beef to be formed into cakes and broiled with mustard, Worcestershire, horseradish, and lemon. In the 19th century, New York City restaurants were the first to offer the dish under the title of Hamburg-style American filet. And to further impress European immigrants, they called it beef à la hamburger. Calm down, it's just Salisbury steak. During World War I, there was rising anti-German sentiment among English-speaking countries. The U.S. Army used to serve the troops Hamburg steak, but they changed the name to Salisbury steak. And you know what? The name changed to Salisbury steak stuck. Say that 5 times fast. The recipe was originally printed in the Navy cookbook in 1904 under the title Hamburg steak, but they also changed the name to Salisbury steak in the 1932 edition. What they called it the other 28 years is unprintable. Also, after the year 1900, restaurants started offering the dish with their own versions of gravy. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. The dish gained further popularity during the Great Depression and World War II. It was inexpensive, easy to prepare, and is a great source of tasty protein. Salisbury steak was perhaps permanently ingrained in the American lexicon in the 1950s. That's when Swanson introduced it as a full TV dinner in 1953. Swift, convenient, and delicious, whole families would sit in front of their favorite TV shows and enjoy Salisbury steak dinners, complete. Yes, they had mashed potatoes, gravy, and assorted vegetables included. Actually, Morton's and Swanson's had Salisbury steak dinners on the market, and throughout the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the competition was fierce. Modern Salisbury steak is often thought of as meat patties, which are prepared and cooked in a delicious mushroom onion gravy. Now, as simple as that sounds, it's actually the result of a fusion of recipes and ideas that have evolved over the past 200 years. According to USDA standards for Salisbury steak products, Salisbury steak must contain at least 65% meat. That seems a little low. Anyway, there's also restrictions on different additives like pork fat, breadcrumbs, and soy protein. And now it's time for Salisbury steak trivia. Sadly, there is no official Salisbury Steak Day. However, according to Reddit, a chef in Los Angeles has named August 24th as Salisbury Steak Day in Los Angeles. It's good enough for me. I'm going with it. Come on, Salisbury steak lovers out there. Let's make this a thing. Salisbury steak makes everything better. Hey, Take it from Chef on South Park.
On children, what can be so bad? It's Salisbury Steak Day.
Early on, possibly at the turn of the century, hospitals used to serve raw Salisbury steak with a raw egg to some of their patients because it was deemed healthy. Healthy? Yeah, healthy for the hospital business. Dr. Salisbury's original name for the dish was muscle pulp of beef. Really? No thanks. I'll stick with the toxic fruits and vegetables, please. And finally, today there are many different variations of Salisbury steak. You can make it with beef, with pork, with veal, chicken, turkey, and as far as the gravy, you can use creams, you can use wine, or make it low carb like me. And that's Food Facts. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna blanch. We're gonna blanch these. I do declare, Dorothy. No, not that blanch. Blanch it means put it into boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes. Fine. There we are. Kind of messy. We're gonna let the 2 tablespoons of butter melt. Then we put in our slivered almonds. We'll let these roast. And now we're going to put in our garlic. Ah, that's a hot pan. Oh yeah, you can smell that. That's good stuff. We're going to let that go for about a minute. Nice. You don't want to burn the garlic, so in go the beans. And we're going to mix this up. And this looks good. Here we are. Fresh green beans and garlic and butter and of course almonds.
On children, what can be so bad? It's Salisbury Steak Day.
Okay, and we are done. Another successful show. Yes, low carb Salisbury steak and a low carb side. That's beans and garlic and butter and almonds. And you know what? It was fine, but there were some things I learned during the show. I did. Now, mainly when I did my low carb conversion, I basically exchanged breadcrumbs for panko. And that works great, except panko doesn't bind as well as breadcrumbs. So what I should have done is done an extra egg, or maybe gone half breadcrumbs, half panko, because while this came out fine and it looks and smells great, it didn't hold together as much. It's almost like a firm sloppy Joe, and that's okay. Now also the gravy, I made it, I didn't want to say mistake, but I learned something there too. I learned when you make the gravy, don't put too much xanthan gum in. As a matter of fact, I don't think I put that step on video. That was my bad also. But I put in too much xanthan gum and it got too thick. It's okay. It still looks really good. So be careful. If you're going to do this conversion, remember what I said about the panko, the pork panko, and remember the xanthan gum. Everything else, perfect. That's why they call it off the cuff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try this. I'm going to try the beans first. I mean, this looks really good. This looks like something I would make for Thanksgiving, maybe, or something like that. Let's try it. There's nothing like fresh green beans. They snap, they're crispy. The garlic, the butter, the almonds, very savory, very tasty, very, very satisfying. Oh, and remind me, I want to show you something before we go. One more. I love this. I had a neighbor. Her name was Mrs. Malinchek. She did everything from scratch, nothing canned. I remember her green beans being like this. Terrific. Now let's try the Salisbury steak. Ooh, ooh yeah. Okay. Look at that. There we are. Yeah. Wow. It explodes with flavor. And I know it's optional, but I put a little bit of the cayenne in there. You get it, but it's not hot. Like, oh, it's like nice. A nice spicy flavor. Ooh. Try a little bit more of that. Got some mushrooms from the mushroom gravy. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Yeah, so it didn't bind together as much because of the pork panko. And, well, oh, who cares? It tastes fantastic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wholeheartedly recommend this. Yeah, the gravy, next time I'll make it, I'll be careful with the xanthan gum. But it's still there. The flavor's still there. The mushroom's still there. The meat is still here. Here we go. I'm going to finish this whole plate on camera. I really am. Excellent. I love it. Oh, that one thing. Yeah. I bought green beans, and I actually picked them up at the supermarket. I didn't go shopping. You put the order in, you go, and they put it in your trunk. So I wanted a bag. I wanted a bag. Just wanted a bag. I mean, I'm going to be making green beans for the next 2.5 years. And that's it for this time around. Remember, I'm here again in 2 more weeks with another episode. Until then, be well, eat beans.
I recommend you go with your gut.
Can we stop? I just thought of something funny. If you don't mind. I recommend you go with your gut. I go, where is that? And you're gonna go, no, you're gonna go, no, your gut.
God, you got no.
Is that good?
That's good.
I think Teresa will like that.
Where's your gut?
Oh, what's that listed under? Is that under appetizers?
That's funny. There you go. Is that an appetizer or a full portion?
Are you gonna say is it an appetizer or?
No, I think I'll
full
say
portion?
is that on the kids menu?
I love it.
Okay.